Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet.
And welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. Well, happy anniversary, Ryan.
Yes, 4 years I've been doing the podcast. 4 years.
Oh my goodness. It dawned on me this morning that today was the 4-year anniversary. And Ryan and I have been having this discussion about a movie we watched this morning. So I was like, hey, let's just jump on the mic really quick, say hello, some gratitude. It's Lionsgate. Yay! 8/8. And it's Ryan's anniversary. So we thought instead of just talking between ourselves, we would talk into the computer.
Yes.
That's all he has to say. Yes. So what's the movie we've been talking about, Ryan?
From you guys know me, a lot of guys that fish with me, and they know I'm a big fan of the old school Predator movies, the old school Predator movie. So I'm excited that Hulu put out a new Predator movie called Prey.
Yeah. So Ryan, the other day, said, can you please upgrade our package? Because we already had Disney. If you know Ryan, you also know he loves Star Wars. So we do watch Star Wars on the Disney. But we upgraded to Disney Plus. So we could now also have Hulu. And we could watch the new movie Prey. What'd you think?
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I'm not involved with any fishing forums for a reason, and because I just can't stand all the negativity in the forums and guys bashing each other. It's just the forums aren't the same as when I first started as a guide, and so I'm not involved with the fishing forums at all. So, but I am involved with forums that are like related to the movies that I like.
And wrestling.
And wrestling. I do like old school wrestling. Melinda thinks I watch a lot of it. I don't watch
I don't think you watch a lot of it. I just feel like you scroll a little bit too much in Facebook.
Yeah, well...
The TV is not a big deal.
So, anyways...
Yeah. That's a whole other podcast.
Whatever. But, so I'm involved with these forums, and because it's fun it's a great way for me to not think about fishing. And a lot of people, I don't really like to talk about fishing. I don't like to talk about it when I'm when I'm at home. I don't like to. I like to think about other things, and those are my the movies that I like to watch.
Yeah, it's like your mind break.
It's a mind break. I just don't like to talk about it. So my releases are watching old movies, and doing this podcast for people and to help other folks. So those are my releases. So when I was in the forums, and after the movie came out, the amount of bashing and oh my gosh. It's amazing how people are just so caught up in this whole wokeness thing, and how triggered people are thinking that something's woke. I just don't.
So people were bashing the movie because they used Native Americans, I can't even put words around it.
Yeah.
It's so beyond me.
Because they use a female star.
And she's female.
And she's female.
Gorgeous and amazing.
And how they said it was too cheesy and woke. I go, oh man, I don't know if you guys actually remember watching the original Predator. That thing was fucking cheesy. It was cheesy. It was a lot of weird stuff in that movie. But come on, man, we were kids. I was
yeah, you Googled it.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God! To me back then, that looked. It was just But I don't know what you guys remember, but that was come on! It was in the early '80s, and I'm almost 50. I'm going to be 50 here, and that was. I go back and I watch it, and I look at the level of the amount of CGI and some guy was bitching about he never seen the Predator. I was like, well, you don't really see the Predator until the very end of the movie anyways, in the original. So I was and plus in the original, all you seen was jungle. You didn't really see much else, and a bunch of guys shooting into the trees. Well, for me as a kid, that was crazy cool. And you wait how many years to actually get a sequel that like shows some visual, tells a story, and
Well, it had a story.
It had a story behind
it. Had a story.
And,
it's amazing.
And the amount of people that ripped on it because it actually had a story. I was like, one woke. It was like this whole woke thing is like it drives me nuts.
Yeah, well, it's really sad. Like I personally, when I was watching it, I could feel the energy of the pride from this one scene, kind of towards the beginning with the brother. And then you start to realize like what her intention is and what her purpose is. Like there's a story there, and it goes back to their culture. We should all have such an amazing culture with pride in what it means to truly be a hunter. Like there's a whole story there. It's not just like they slapped up a movie with Native American Indians and a female lead. No, there's a story there between her and her family and her brother, and how it ends with her brother and what he says to her. I have the chills just now thinking about it. And then she goes back to the tribe, and the sense of pride, you can feel the energy. Like it's amazing. It's an amazing movie.
It's an amazing movie.
So it's really wild. So where we were going with this in terms of sharing is that, you know what? These are all choices you make in your brain. Is your mindset and how you choose to think of something that happens to you, or that you watch, or that you read or listen to. And people, you can't control them, but you can control how you choose to perceive something and really look at a message and what you take away with it. Those are all your choices.
Yes. Those are all your choices. And that's what I try to tell people, is that with anything out there, it's your choice. It's like...
It's your choice on the water, how you behave.
It's your choice on the water. It's like, it's your choice. It's your choice.
Yeah.
My choice as a charter boat captain was to never go to an area where somebody else was fishing. Mm-hmm. And I respected those guys for many years. And now I still do the same thing. If somebody else is there, I don't go. So, and if I do go, I'm staying way the hell away from them. So now it's just like, I'm just going to roll up on top of you and, and set my trolling motor on top of you. And,
right, because their mindset is of lack.
It's of lack.
And fear. Instead of being resourceful, being a hunter. Like, how many people are some of these people we're talking about that come up on the water but then love the movie? It's like, okay, hi, you're just an energetic disconnect right there.
Right.
Like,
it's a hunting.
You're not being a hunter. Like, you're being a hunter if you're looking for new spots, if you're looking for new fish, if you're trying to figure it out. And that's a mindset shift.
It is.
Like, how are you taking control of your life? How are you taking control of your business? And how are you behaving towards others? It is truly all in the same bucket. It's actually quite fascinating if you sit and think about it, and then think about either how you're behaving, or if you're someone that is having this happen to you in your life or business, like Ryan has happened to him on the water. It's amazing how people behave on the water.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So we loved the movie.
Loved the movie. And it was just, if anyone else out there has seen it, please just, shoot us an email or respond if you see us post about this podcast in Facebook or Instagram, and share what you got out of it. And we hope that if you're one of those people that, your first reaction was to follow what the media would deem as conditioning people in terms of maybe why someone assumes that was chosen as a theme with Native Americans and having a female lead. Like, I hope this podcast just opens your eyes a little bit to think about that. Like, I actually podcasted about a similar type of vibe on Crush It in Sales last week with a podcast called Extreme Ownership. Like, how are we viewing what's going on out there in the world, in the land of social media, in television, on movies, etc., even conversations with someone? And then how are you taking ownership of that? Like, how
are you really viewing it, and how is that affecting your behavior and your decision?
So we just wanted to jump on the mic and have a quick discussion. And
say happy anniversary,
and
Ryan.
say, yeah, happy anniversary. I really appreciate the guys that have stuck with me over the years. And
so grateful. This podcast has been an amazing journey.
Yeah, it's been an up and down journey with the podcast over the years. And like I said, I haven't had a lot of time this summer because if you've seen what I did every day, you would understand. And a lot of people don't understand what it takes anymore to put together the type of catches that I put together for clients, and
I think it's just run up on you in the water.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much more that goes into that.
Yeah.
And so much more about confidence and mindset.
So much more that
taking action.
Yep. So much more. And with that being said, I'm going to share something that I've done this summer in a short video that I'm going to release for sale. And this little thing that I did this summer is probably going to help you guys as far as improve your dead bait fishing. So it's going to be a short video that I'm going to release for sale probably here pretty soon over the next 5 to 6 days. And with that also being said is I really want to thank those guys that have purchased courses from me. And everybody's asking, when are you going to release the next course and all that other good stuff. Well, the next course will be, I've got some smaller courses I'm going to be releasing. And then one on the patch reefs, and then a few wahoo things along the way. So some smaller courses will be blended in, and then a couple large ones, and then I'm just going to go from there. But over the next few days, this one's going to be really good. I'm not going to share with you what it is because it will make that much of a difference in how you present a bait. And as you guys know, I am not a live bait fisherman, and 90% of those mutton snappers that you see me catch this summer came from this technique I'm going to show you in this little video. So, and also too, I'm kind of getting off the beaten path here, but I constantly get asked from mostly guys from South Florida. And even though I tell them not to ask me about this stuff on the water before the trip, they always seem to ask me. And that comes to well, how did you find this spot? How did you find this spot? And they will dig at me about it and dig. Well, I just don't get it why you continually ask those questions, because I have a spot finding course available. And I tell you exactly how I found every one of them.
By the course.
By the course. It's there. I give you the golden ticket to finding live bottom in that course. Live bottom holds big mutton snappers, okay? And then you have all the other spots that have been poached by everybody that are for shit now because of the amount of guys that have run up on me, wrecked them.
Or called their friends.
Which is stupid.
Sorry, I'm
because
polarizing because that person deserves it.
You've wrecked it for everybody else. And just for one day, so you could be a hero to your neighbor and post on your Instagram that you caught 5 mutton snappers. Woo, congratulations. Now go back home.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. I'm back. And all these guys, these listen to my podcast, know that I'm polarizing. I have not lost that. But it is what it is. So I'm back in full force. And if you're going to continue listening, be on a roller coaster, baby, because it's going to be good. You're going to learn some shit, but it's also back to the usual stuff. So
we have regrouped.
It is, what a summer. And I've got stories that I'm going to tell, and man, are they good. And they are good.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Lionsgate.
Welcome.
Woo!
So
I've got some things coming up, too. I've got master classes that will be paid coming up. I've got, oh my God, my brain is on fire with ideas. My one-on-one private coaching is open. And also in my previous podcast, episode 206, I share about an amazing money program from the one, the only Amanda Francis, and I will put the affiliate link for that program in this podcast as well, because that program I took in 2019 and was transformational for myself and for Ryan. So it has a payment plan. It is an amazing program with lots of modules. And if you don't know who Amanda Francis is, feel free to check her out. So anyhow, I will be putting some links in both Ryan's podcast and in my podcast. And feel free to reach out. So that's all I've got.
Yep.
Woo!
That's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for the past 4 years, those who've stuck with me.
Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. I got some good shit coming. And it's back to all the stuff you guys used to laugh about. Because I don't really give a shit, as you guys know.
Yeah, I'm kind of over caring as well.
Yeah, I'm done with
really kind of over it.
I'm done with playing this.
I just
I'm kind of done with playing this politically correct bullshit with a lot of you guys out there that were listening and like, ah. So if you guys want to still listen, it's all good. Because it's good. So if you don't, then don't listen.
Yeah.
Please.
Exactly. It doesn't serve anybody.
Doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve me, that's for sure.
All right, so one more thing. How are we closing it out? Anytime you're fishing? He's all fired up.
Oh, I'm all fired up. Yeah, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.
Thanks for listening.